Hello and welcome back to yet another episode on the Black and White Show. I'm your host, Betty Kenanu. On today's episode, we discuss matters politics. But first, let's have the news headlines. The 29-year-old Arsenal striker Alexis Sanchez moves to Manchester United. NASA leader Raila Odinga tells the Deputy President William Ruto that he will need his support come the 2022 polls. The late Nicholas Biwot's family has been denied access to his assets following a suit filed by a businessman. The Kenya Pipeline Company announces plans to build a modern training ground in honor of the Kenya Pipelines volleyball team. On this politics episode, we discuss on the trend of journalists shifting to politics. Up next is our reporter, Joina Mulembo, with more details.
In the past 2 electorate years, we have witnessed journalists doing well in their profession shift into politics. Yet politics is believed to be a dirty game, or rather politicians are dirty players. Let's get to hear if young voters are comfortable with this trend.
My favorite presenter is Betty Kialo. First of all, Betty Kialo is a lady who inspires other ladies, and I would like her to get into the politics field simply because she will be inspiring other young girls of this generation that politics is not all about men, and also politics can be done by ladies.
My favorite journalist was Mohammed Ali. I wish he didn't enter politics because I feel like we lost all the content. Now he used to bring out so many stories that were so interesting. But right now that he entered politics, we're not getting all the information that we're getting before, like on the Seduce case, all the cases that he brought before.
The journalist that I like is Amina Abdi, but I would usually prefer her to go to do politics because where she is, she fits inside. Like she was in Arena 254, that's entertainment. Then she went to the Trend, that's entertainment. I feel she's lovely and bubbly to be in the entertainment industry.
My favorite journalist is Janet Mbugua, and I don't think she's supposed to. She should move to the political lane because I think everyone should stick to their own lane. She's just fit where she is.
This kind of trend is worrisome, and it makes the journalism profession seem to be a road into some destination into power. Is it that we are unable to be watchdogs anymore, or we have accepted if you can't beat them, you join them?
I met with Colin Sorono, who gave us an insight on when the credibility of journalism is affected.
People going to the media just because of money, not because of the passion, because of passion to serve people or citizens. For example, in this country, we have students in some of the universities go to school because they want to study media so that they become celebrities. They want to study media so that they earn that huge amount of money. They don't put in that aspect of I want to serve I want to tell my story, I want to tell people what is happening to our society.
Politics seems to be taking people from all fields of life, not only journalism, but also the likes of pastors, sports people, teachers, to business people. But what will be left of these fields if this will be the trend?
One cannot tell someone else's intentions in their decision to join politics. Only actions will speak whether it is for the people or for personal profit. Reporting for Black and White Show, my name is Joina Mulembo.
Welcome to yet another episode of Politics. And today in our interview segment, we are privileged to be joined by the heads of Department Media and Film Studies, Dr. Clayton Piet. Karibu sana. Yeah, and our discussion in this episode is about this trend of journalists getting into politics, especially here in Kenya. We have seen a rise of number. You know, at first it began with Naisula Lesuda, the former anchor at KBC. But the moment you can see, I think the amount of the journalists getting into politics is increasing by each election year. What do you say about that?
Well, I think journalists, as citizens of Kenya, enjoy the rights to participate in the politics of their country. I don't think it is particularly remarkable, given that journalists are constantly reporting on issues that matter to the public. And therefore, if at any stage some of them should want to step into the arena, perhaps believing they can offer the public a better deal, I think it's almost a natural progression from their professional role, which is exposing the truth in the public interest, creating a population, a populace that is well informed. So I don't think it should be surprising at all.
But then, you're focusing on the journalists. But what about the leaders themselves? Don't they feel they are threatened by these journalists who are coming to power?
I don't think so. You see, if I was the leader of a party which aspired to govern with excellence, I would welcome people from all walks of life, and particularly journalists, because journalists have, by their profession, been critical, and rightly so, of the standard of politics. So we bring them in. By all means, let them come. Let them come with their critical minds, and let them help us improve the level of our discourse. Any leader who would be frightened of the advent of journalists into the political sphere is hiding something, or they are insecure. Let the journalists cross the floor if they want to and enter the political space, as long as they are motivated by a sincere desire to serve Kenyans. I think nobody should be terrified at that prospect.
So what's the balance between journalism and politics?
Well, if you are practicing journalism, then be objective, remain objective. Don't take sides. Don't be seen as belonging to any political party or movement. You have the right to vote for whoever you want, but don't be seen as an advocate of any of them. But the moment you feel that you should offer yourself for MCA, for senator, for governor, for women's representative, for president, any of these positions, you now step out of the practice of journalism, which is the observer, and you become the actor. Therefore, you cannot be actor and observer at the same time. And so, the relationship should be kept professionally separate as long as the one remains a journalist. Once they cross the floor, they cannot remain a journalist and a politician at the same time.
What kind of picture are we leaving for the ones behind us? So if to say we get into journalism out there, we cover news, and then after a period of time, your people, especially if you had a background where people believe in you and they want you to become their leader, doesn't it, like, it's a sort of trying to show the others that here can come? Journalism is just a road where you're just passing by for you to cross, for you to be a leader.
No, I think what we should do as people in journalism is ensure that we ourselves maintain and also insist that others hold very high standards. Journalism is not a conduit to another profession. It is a profession in itself. It demands excellence. So what we want is commitment from the professionals in journalism to best practice. Then when they decide they are going to move on to politics, that is a decision they should feel free to make. But there should be no sense that by being a journalist or by being an anchor or by appearing on TV, that I am now building my base for politics. You serve as a journalist in order to inform, educate, and entertain people. And you do it diligently and without bias. And we need to ensure that there is that separation. There should be no linkage that I'm a journalist and I'm eyeing for an opportunity to be asked to sit for to contest for a seat. We must insist that media practitioners are independent from political players, and the Code of Conduct demands that. But on the other hand, we must underline the freedom of association which the Constitution gives us. Every Kenyan, including journalists, are entitled to associate themselves with any organization as long as it is a legal organization. And therefore, I would discourage any thought of placing some kind of restrictions on journalists participating in the political process.
Thank you so much for joining us, Mr. K.
You're most welcome.
Yeah.
Most welcome.
That was it, guys. Up next is a commercial break and then the Hyper Local Report.
Wasungu walisema the early bird catches the worm, lakini kila kuambia ni kwamba the early bird uses fiber. Fiber Business offers you the fastest superior quality internet connection to suit your business needs. For only 15,000 shillings per month, Fiber Business 6 with up to 6 megabits is designed for small offices of between 11 to 20 users. It is ideal for frequent emailing, moderate web browsing and light file sharing. Fiber, powered by Jamii Telcom.
Hi, my name is Joy.
And I am Nelly.
And we want to touch on politics and journalism and what is preferred amongst both of us. So Nelly?
I will talk about my preference for politics to journalism because I believe that politics is the day-to-day happenings of people's lives. It's people striving to get resources, striving for power. It's about who is getting what at any particular point, who is getting what when, and who is getting what using what means. So I tend to believe that politics seems to be more competitive as compared to journalism, simply because there is that competition to gain more, to be better than the other.
I prefer journalism to politics because I feel like journalism gives politics an arena to get to let people know what exactly is going on, because for a politician to get to be nominated or something, or to get to be elected to any seat, they need to get to be known by the country people via the media houses and all that. So I feel like if at all we never had communication networks, we don't really have exactly what a country really needs. And also, as much as I feel like political instability can really affect communication in every single aspect of a country, I still believe that communication is really important. That is via journalism, and journalism is just an aspect of like how people give off information to the people who are concerned. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, politics and journalism tend to depend on each other for so many reasons. Because if we fail to have politics going on every single day, then journalists wouldn't have anything to say. So they tend to link and work hand in hand.
Yeah, so those are our views.
Thank you.
There comes a time when one must take a position that is neither safe, neither politic, neither popular. But he must take it because the concerns tells him it is right. This quote by Martin Luther King Jr. brings us to the end of this episode. I've been your host, Betty Kenano.